Quavo, Takeoff, they was down here with y'all. But they seen you walking by. He's laying on the ground. You got Mike bending down, and they seen you walking by. What took place there?
This the crazy thing about the video, right? Is
this ain't no rap beef. This is full-blown war, and it's been bubbling under the surface until now. Mase just dropped a bombshell that shook the whole industry. He leaked a private call between J. Prince and Takeoff, and nobody saw it coming. Now Prince, he's losing it, lashing out with threats, scrambling with damage control, acting like the walls are closing in. But Mase didn't flinch. Nah, he clapped back hard and said everything folks been whispering for months, but too shook to say out loud. Now it's all unraveling, right? As people are still demanding real answers about what really happened to Takeoff. That night in Houston, still shady. Footage mysteriously missing. Witnesses suddenly quiet. And two names keep circling the mess, J. Prince Jr. and DJ Pat. But this leaked phone call, that just flipped the script completely. If Mase is telling the truth, this ain't just about some bad press.
Problem, J. Prince, and I'm gonna tell you like this, if you're 60 years old and you're trying to be a street you failed. You failed. I'm telling you that.
J. Prince might be neck deep in something way darker than anybody imagined. And best believe I got the receipts. We're talking tweets from folks who saw it unfold, rare video clips, podcast threats, sketchy bail deals, all of it. People online straight up calling J. Prince a fake community leader, a cartel-style cleaner, and even saying he's got blood on his hands. This ain't your regular drama rundown. This one runs all the way to Takeoff's final moments, that mob ties connection, and the real reason J. Prince is panicking now, that the wrong one is finally speaking out. So here's how it went down. Mase had been keeping it cool, staying out of the mix, until J. Prince started tossing lil subliminals on $1 million worth of game. That's when the gloves came off. Mase and Cameron stayed silent about what happened in Houston for months. But Prince, he pushed it too far. Mase said he heard the actual call where J. Prince allegedly pressed Takeoff just hours before he died. And it wasn't no big bro check-in either. According to Mase, Prince was talking slick, questioning Takeoff's loyalty, applying pressure behind the scenes, and not in a respectful way. It was messy, controlling, calculated. And once Takeoff stopped playing along, things went left. Now the timeline's looking real suspect, because that call supposedly happened the same night Takeoff was gunned down outside that Houston bowling alley.
Man, yeah, man. We got a little bit of straightening going on.
You remember? Dice game, heated words, shots fired, and Takeoff gone at just 28. As soon as Mase spoke up, Prince went off. He hit social media with cryptic threats, talking tough, and even doubled down on the time he shaded Offset for not being around. Remember when he said, "You wasn't really there with Takeoff when he was alive"? He repeated it like he was trying to burn that into people's minds. That sparked the whole Offset versus Prince drama. Even Cardi B jumped in to defend her man. And now, with this private call coming to light, Prince is scrambling all over again. But it's too late. The street's been talking. The silence ain't working anymore. One fan on X said it straight up. Nobody respects J. Prince after Takeoff died on his watch. That's when people really started side-eyeing J. Prince and his whole Mob Ties squad. It didn't take long after Takeoff's death for Patrick Xavier Clark, aka DJ Pat, to get arrested. But here's the wild part. Dude somehow posted a $1 million bond and walked free like nothing happened, like somebody didn't want him behind bars too long. Word online is that J. Prince walked right past Takeoff's body and said, "Call that. Don't ask me none about that." Like, what? Even more suspect? J. Prince Jr. asked for his name to be removed from DJ Pat's bond paperwork. That ain't just a red flag. That's a whole fire alarm. They were all together that night. Why erase your name now unless you're trying to disappear from the whole situation? And it ain't just DJ Pat. Don't forget about Cameron Joshua, aka Lil Cam Fifth. He got picked up for a weapon charge right after Takeoff was killed. And guess what? He's connected to Mob Ties too. Dudes tied to J. Prince Jr. keep getting caught up in deadly drama, but Mob Ties keeps playing victim like nothing's their fault. Nah, people ain't buying that anymore. And here's what's chilling. Before Takeoff, there was already a warning sign. Remember Duke the Jeweler? He flew into Houston, checked in with mob ties, played dice, and ended up dead. Same exact pattern, same cold silence, and once again, J. Prince's name in the shadows. And don't forget that footage of J. Prince telling his shotgun man to fall back. That whole vibe, way too coordinated, way too quiet.
When you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little like the way you talking. I don't get what you mean. We're not your little like.
It's starting to look like a straight up formula. Fly rich artists into Houston, check in with mob ties, hit a dice game, security standing around clueless. Then boom, somebody ends up dead. And right after, J. Prince pops up dropping some fake deep speech about black on black violence and grief being the price of love. Man, save it. Where were y'all when blood hit the pavement? To this day, not one of the Princes pulled up to Takeoff's funeral. Not even for show. That ain't just strange, that's loud. Maybe they stayed away for a reason. Maybe they knew they had blood on their hands and couldn't face that crowd. J. Prince Jr. be tweeting stuff like, "Don't wear jewelry around vultures." But if you knew the spot wasn't safe, why invite your own people into that heat? Why didn't you warn Quavo and Takeoff if the energy was off? If your so-called check-in system ain't keeping artists safe, what's it really for? Just control? Word is, Quavo was arguing with J. Prince Jr. right before those shots popped off. And now, new clips show Prince brushing it all off like he had nothing to do with it. Like Takeoff didn't die right under his crew's supervision. Like this wasn't a setup gone sideways. Soon as J. Prince started throwing shade on $1 million worth of game, Mase went nuclear. He didn't just defend himself. He came for Prince's whole image on air. "We are not your little names." That wasn't no weak subtweet. That was a public gut check. And people felt that. That line hit different, like he was speaking for everybody who ever felt bullied by that so-called check-in culture Prince been pushing for years. What made it hit harder? Cameron sat right next to Mase and let it ride. No interruptions, no pushback, just silence. And Cam ain't the type to co-sign mess lightly. So when he didn't stop Mase, people knew it was real.
You wasn't really right there with Takeoff when he was alive. You know what I mean? So
fans now believe Mase had that leaked phone call in his pocket for a while, just waiting for J. Prince to slip up. And when he did, Mase lit the match. While all this was boiling over, Offset had mostly stayed quiet. But once Prince started throwing dirt, saying Offset wasn't really there for Takeoff, Offset snapped. And right behind him, Cardi B came in swinging, letting folks know they weren't scared of no mob ties. And let's be real, Cardi don't play for clout. When she speaks, it's real. That was the moment fans woke up. This ain't just some hip-hop beef anymore. A mainstream celeb couple just stepped into the fire and put J. Prince on blast. And now, his whole street reputation is cracking under pressure. Here's the part the public don't always catch, but real ones been watching. Big names are distancing themselves from J. Prince fast. First up, Drake. This man used to be deep in mob ties mentions, but lately, not a single word. No reposts, no love, not even a throwback. And let's not forget, it was Jazz Prince who first got Drake linked with Wayne and Young Money. So for Drake to ghost like that says a lot. Same with Jay-Z. Word in the streets? Hav stopped answering mob ties calls since early 2023. No messages, no meetings, nothing. And y'all know Jay don't do messy feuds. He just cuts you off. Quietly, professionally, completely. Why? Easy. These are billion-dollar brands now. Drake and Jay-Z got empires to protect. Corporations, sponsors, federal eyes watching. They ain't about to get caught up in no Ryko vibes or criminal rumors surrounding the Takeoff situation. And now with Mase exposing backroom convos and leaking bombshells in public, there's no more room to hide. Prince's name ain't ringing like it used to, and the power he used to flex, it's slipping right through his fingers. The silence ain't cutting it anymore. Mob ties only had power because of that old school check-in game. You come to Houston, you link with J. Prince Jr., and you're supposed to be safe. That's how they kept their grip. But now, that whole system is falling apart. Duke the jeweler checked in, dead. Takeoff checked in, gone. Now fans on social media are saying it plain, this is why nobody checks in anymore. Cause the ones demanding respect can't even protect the guests they invite. Even artists from Cali are speaking out, calling the check-in culture nothing but a setup to boost fragile egos. Local gatekeepers trying to act like kingpins. But when Mase finally said out loud what everybody's been low-key whispering, that Prince ain't no OG boss, just a failed street nos playing mob boss, yeah, the internet couldn't unhear it. Now let's talk about what's really sketchy, the witnesses. The night Takeoff got hit, over 40 people were standing outside that bowling alley. The clips are out there, you hear the crowd. So why haven't more people stepped up? Because word is, folks been getting threatened to stay quiet. People are accusing mob ties of doing cleanup work, paying off witnesses, scrubbing footage, and making sure DJ Pat took the whole blame solo. But here's the twist. The theory going viral? Jay Prince Jr. was arguing with Quavo, and Takeoff wasn't even part of it, but somehow, he's the one who got hit. So now folks asking, was it a misfire or was it a warning gone wrong?
I'm gonna tell you another thing. When you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little like the way you talking. I don't get what you mean. We're not your little.
And it gets even wilder. Sources close to Mase and Cam say there might be an actual recording of that private call between Prince and Takeoff. Either somebody on the line hit record or it was picked up by accident. And if that audio exists, word is Mase and Cam been sitting on it, waiting in case Prince tries to play dirty. If that call leaks, it's game over. We'd hear exactly what was said. If Prince pressed Takeoff, if threats were made, if there was pressure to fall in line or else. And this ain't no random YouTuber saying this. This is Mase, the man who walked away from Diddy, went toe-to-toe with the industry, and came back on his own terms. If that call ever drops, it won't just ruin Prince's image, it could bring the feds knocking. That's the real Mob Ties indictment. And trust, they're watching. This ain't just rap fans tuning in anymore. Every time Prince or his son jumps on camera talking slick, someone in a federal building is taking notes. RICO laws? They don't care about your music plaques. They care about witness tampering, intimidation, and patterns of organized activity. And now you got Offset, Cameron, Mase, and fans across the country saying your name's tied to blood? The label can't cover that. The city can't clean that up. And all that check-in clout, worthless once your name hits that paperwork. But through all this noise, we can't forget who this was really about. Takeoff, the calm one, the quiet genius behind the Migos. No clout chasing, no mess, just bars, family, and vibes. And the fact that his life ended in the middle of a heated dice game with people who were supposed to protect him, that's the real tragedy. Jay Prince dropped a post on Instagram talking about grief is the price of love. But come on. Real ones don't want to hear poetic PR quotes when you let blood hit the pavement under your crew's watch. Then walked away like nothing happened. The streets want real answers, not cryptic podcast bars, not long-winded Instagram captions, not recycled sound bites. Real answers. What Mase did wasn't just clapping back. He unlocked the floodgates. He showed the fear around Jay Prince is fading. That folks ain't scared to talk no more. And if Prince keeps trying to control the story, he might lose the whole kingdom. From leaked calls, to missing witnesses, to major artists backing away, to the feds keeping tabs. This ain't over, not even close. Prince snapped. Mase clapped back. Now the whole world is watching! Drop a fire emoji in the comments, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on your notifications, cause I got even more receipts coming next. See you on the next one.